Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Now, 31st day of Bharat Jodo Abhiyan by Rahul Gandhi and Congress. Tarun, good evening to you and thank you for joining me. The idea was, Tarun, let us discuss, and who better than you to discuss what has it done? What has these 30 days of Bharat Jodo Abhiyan done to Rahul Gandhi? Has it created a new brand image for Rahul Gandhi? Has it created a new brand image for Congress? Let's discuss that. So that's the conversation today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to introduce Tarun to any one of you all because I think every HW viewer knows you, Tarun. So let's just get right into the show, as they say. Hello.
Okay. For the moment, I think pause, like you rightly said, it's the 31st day. What is it done to brand Rahul? I'm going to talk to you from a brand point of view, not from a political point of view. Correct? Sujit, in the evolution of any brand, especially if it's a large brand which has got a huge footprint, uh, there normally comes a point where they either stagnate or they start going down or they start becoming irrelevant. These are all natural brand cycles, and nobody can stop them. Correct? Uh, you yourself know uh, the kind of stuff that goes on to revive brands which are either historic or legendary. Yeah. Most of these big brands start losing relevance or connection with their consumers. Correct. So if you look at any brand, for that matter, let's take Nike for instance. Yeah, Nike is a 75-100-year-old brand, but they made a big comeback with Air when they started talking to the consumers, when they started getting involved. What Nike is the last 25, 30 years was not the Nike earlier. Yeah, it made a comeback after a huge product impact with Air. Let's take Harley Davidson for that matter. Harley Davidson was a dead and gone brand. It was dead. People did not take it seriously. It is after they launched Hog, which is Harley Davidson owners group, that the brand made a comeback. Yeah. You take Coke, the same story. It came back with Classic, Coke Classic in the mid 80s and 90s. Tata Tea came back with Jagore. Yeah. So every brand has a journey. In that journey, it needs an inflection point. Congress needed an inflection point. Forget Congress. Rahul Gandhi needed an inflection point. For the last 10 years, Rahul Gandhi was known as a nice guy, good child to have, good neighbor to have. But nobody considered him because of his background, his legacy, his family, and stuff like that. Nobody assumed that this guy can be a hardworking guy. They assumed a lot of other things. Hardworking was an attribute they never assumed. And hardworking is a big attribute for leadership. So you can do whatever you want. This is the problem with most first generation entrepreneurs also. If you look at them, people don't take them seriously. They say, Amir Baap ka beta hai. Yeah. Rahul Gandhi's problem was that. Amir Baap ka beta hai. What this walk has done is shut that talk completely. Today you can't say anything. What can you say? You can't say he's lazy, he's walking every day. You can't say he's stupid because he's making the right noises. You can't say he's not a good human being because he's showing the imagery is completely the opposite. You can't say that he doesn't know what he's doing because he's right walking and talking to the right people. So he's actually killing a lot of things with this one walk. What impact it has politically, I don't know. But as a brand, it has revived Rahul Gandhi completely. He is now part of mainstream conversation. Media has been forced. See, in India, the difference is very simple. You have two kinds of media. Either you like the government or you don't like the government. Unfortunately, the like the government media is much larger than the I don't like the government media. Today, whether you like the government or don't like the government, you have to still talk Rahul Gandhi. You may talk badly about him, but you're talking. And in brand building, media space, good, bad, ugly, is media space. And today, Rahul Gandhi is getting it. He's not getting it yet in the Hindi belt because he hasn't reached there. But in the South, it is crazy, absolutely crazy. I've been watching some of the stuff. It is mind blowing. I mean, he's breaking every myth that people have created about him.
Tarun, I think the media is basically divided into two. Media that speaks what is the truth and media that speaks for the government. So it is not really technically speaking like the government or dislike the government. It is basically that. So anyway, that's a different issue.
I agree with you.
I agree with you. Yeah.
I don't want to get into that debate. That's why I kept
Yeah, correct. So let's put that aside. My point is, absolutely, let's put politics also aside.
Yeah.
Brand Rahul Gandhi has to compete with brand Narendra Modi. That's the story here. End of the day. That is why Rahul Gandhi brand relevant. Otherwise, why is Rahul Gandhi brand relevant? Do you think Rahul Gandhi brand is being developed or is developing into something that can compete brand Narendra Modi in 2024?
I think the attributes that Rahul Gandhi is gaining through this walk are fabulous attributes. In any brand see, what is a brand? A brand is very simple. Something that you trust, which is consistent, and you put your money on. That's how you define a brand. The reason you pay a premium for a product which has got a brand name on it, because you know what you're going to buy with that money is going to be the same what you paid last time. Rahul Gandhi did not have that attribute in him. He got up in the morning, you didn't know what he's going to do next. Will he be in India? Will he be running away? What will he be doing? Is he there? It may not be truth. It may not be truth at all. But these are stories being created about him by the establishment infrastructure, correct? Now he's killed all of that. He's killed all of that in a marketing way, in a brand way. This is what you call activation, where you go to consumers, tell them stories, get them to experience the brand. When you want to launch a hand wash, you take a sample of the hand wash, go to the consumer and say, please use the hand wash, teach them how to use it. Then they start buying it. That's how you convert it. I think this guy is doing a fabulous job there. And how will you dispute it? What is the logic? He's walked 350 kilometers. You walk now 350 kilometers. Then talk. That's what people are saying. So when you meet people on the street now, they may not have converted to Rahul Gandhi fans, but they're not anti anymore. All the fence sitters who used to sit on the fence making fun of him have stopped completely. Because the Papu image, in my view, is gone.
Okay, so let me ask you. We will come to that Modi brand Modi versus brand Rahul Gandhi part of it once again. But before that, let us talk. You spoke about activation. Now, there is a very famous saying in activation that the best response to a brand is when the brand operates in a market of its strength. The real response to the brand is when the brand operates in a market which is not its strength, or possibly the weaker markets. Now, currently, let's face facts. South is a strong market for comparatively for Congress. Yeah, correct, for Congress. So, will the same response continue when it comes to weak and weaker market? That's the question.
So he's walked Kerala, which according to you is a Congress market. According to me, is not a Congress market. Yeah, it is a communist market currently.
Yeah, I am saying comparatively a strong market.
Just let me answer your question correctly. Correct. He's walked Kerala, which is a neutral market. Let's not say hostile or positive or negative. It's a neutral market. He's got fabulous response. Tamil Nadu, where Congress is actually irrelevant. They have a partner with DMK. DMK is a very strong partner there. Congress is a very small player. Even there, they've got fabulous response. But I think the best response, according to me, from what I've been watching the walk, it's quite interesting. In places like Mysore and all, which is actually not a Congress stronghold at all, it is a BJP, JDU stronghold, he's got terrific response. Terrific. See, Sujit, he's not asking you to do anything. What is he saying? He's saying, I'm walking. You want to walk with me? You please walk. Arey Baba, who will not walk?
No, Tarun, I'll tell you, I will redefine what I said by stronger market. CPM's bigger enemy today when it comes to national politics is BJP, not Congress. Yeah. When you go to DMK is an ally of Congress. So by default, these become strong market. Correct. When you said Karnataka, definitely it is not a strong market for Congress, but currently it is dominated with Bharatiya Janata Party and of course JDU, which is an ally of Congress. But the point is, Congress is the second most powerful brand in Karnataka. The point that I'm trying to make is, what happens when it goes to places like Uttar Pradesh? What happens when it goes or even Maharashtra for that matter of fact?
This is a conversation that is going on in every media space. Everyone seems to be asking this question. Correct. My logic is very simple. You walk till the end of Karnataka, or you will walk till the end of Karnataka with, say, 50,000 people behind you, hypothetically. 50,000, 75,000. Congress is claiming 5 lakhs, which is fine, good for them. 50,000, 75,000, correct? When you enter, say, Andhra, which is a very hostile Andhra Congress market, or you come into Rajasthan, UP, those areas, even if you have 50 people walking behind you, Sujit, is more than enough. Because the act is much bigger than the gratification. The act of walking. And imagine, and remember one thing, when he reaches UP, he's around 1,500 kilometers. He would have walked 1,500 kilometers. How will you dispute that? How will you dispute that?
So what exactly is, I buy a point. As far as his imagery is concerned, yes, it is definitely improved. There is no question about it, and let us not even get into a debate on that. But other than that, how is he developing to be a great leader who can now face the juggernaut, the Modi juggernaut? How is that happening? Is what I want to ask you.
Great leadership will happen only when you give him the leadership. No, you have not given him the leadership yet. When it happens, we'll look about it. The important thing now is to challenge the current mindset of there's only no alternative. That's the problem we should deal with.
So is he becoming the alternative, Tarun?
I think he is. I think he is now emerging as he may not be 100% alternate, but he's the best alternate of the rest. He's made pretty much everyone irrelevant. Where is the rest now? Every other regional player, every other opposition leader now is aligning towards Congress somehow or the other, because they have no option.
Correct. Now let me just digress a little from the core point. Okay, there are 3 brands currently which we talk about. One is the leadership brand, which is the Narendra Modi brand. The second brand is now, which is the emerging brand, which is the Arvind Kejriwal brand, and third is Rahul Gandhi brand. So there are 3 brands now. Who is Narendra Modi? Of course, is undisputedly the leading brand. But between Arvind Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi, there's still a tough fight. Now tell me, should Rahul Gandhi be bothered about brand Arvind Kejriwal, or should he only be focusing about brand Narendra Modi?
See, Arvind Kejriwal, in my view, is a regional leader, and he'll remain a regional leader. He has aspirations to be a prime minister, but I don't think so. He's got the national footprint, nor has he got the track. Look what happened to him in Goa. He didn't even get 10 votes. He comes, makes a lot of noise, spends a lot of money, but there is no Arvind Kejriwal. Arvind Kejriwal is Punjab had affected because Punjab is next to Delhi. So there was a lot of Delhi influence in Punjab. And now people are catching on to the whole freebie thing. They are not enjoying it anymore. Freebie sounded very good initially, but from what you're hearing now, people are not liking it. Look what's happening in Gujarat. He's getting no response at all. He keeps talking about various things.
He feels that he's getting tremendous response.
This morning I saw an opinion poll of some channel which is talking of 2 seats for him. Yeah. So you don't know anything yet. Let's wait and watch. Gujarat is a BJP stronghold. You think they're going to give it to Arvind Kejriwal? They won't give it to Congress either. And Congress is very strong in Gujarat. So it's not going to be easy.
Okay. So there is this consultant called Prashant Kishore, who we all know. He made a statement that Congress should have started this Bharat Jodo Abhiyan from Gujarat. What is your opinion?
You can see everyone. Problem here is, and this is my problem. Congress, Rahul Gandhi has few enemies. Actually, who his enemies are? His enemy number 1 is the old foggies of Congress. Okay, that is his biggest enemy. His enemy is not BJP. His enemy is internal Congress foggies. Number 2, he has these opinion leaders everywhere. Because he's down, everyone tells him what to do. The day he starts regaining his space, all these conversations will end. He's decided to walk from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. It's a straight line. That line he's following. Now, tomorrow if you have an election in Meghalaya, will you go to Meghalaya? Or will you go to West Bengal? Where is the logic? Why are we commenting about it? The guy is walking, he's doing his own thing. Either you participate or you keep quiet. That's what I like about Yogendra Yadav. I don't know Yogendra Yadav, the Congress guy. But he's realized this guy's walking, let me help him, and he's helping him. Which is the way it has to be. See, today it's very simple, Sujit, in India. The politics is very clearly divided. There is a pro-Modi established consumer and the anti-Modi consumer. Unfortunately, the anti-Modi consumer is small and fragmented. What Rahul Gandhi is trying to do is to align and consolidate that. So if anyone is interested in politics, they must help Rahul Gandhi consolidate that fragmented base. You can have Arvind Kejriwal, the TRS. He set up a national party. He changed his name from TRS to BRS. Bharat Rashtra Samiti yesterday. Everyone wants to be prime minister. Everybody wants to be national. Everybody, this all goes on. You have to live with it. This is democracy.
Okay. Let's keep, now let's go a step further. Okay. What Rahul Gandhi is doing for the party, is trying to regain his leadership and everything fine. Okay, chalo, let's keep that aside. Now, let me talk about what is actually happening on ground. Tarun, what happened to Congress in Maharashtra? What is happening to Congress in Rajasthan? What happened to Congress in Punjab? Decimated. What happens? So while you are saying that you are trying to create an alternative, on ground, you seem to be pulled down everywhere. So how do you react to that?
Well, let's talk Maharashtra. Since Maharashtra, I know a little bit about Maharashtra. And both of us know a little bit about Maharashtra because we live there. And we keep seeing stuff over there. What has happened to Congress in Maharashtra is classical what's happening to Congress pretty much everywhere. So you've got these warlords, tribal leaders of Congress in each state who've been in power for the last 20 years, 25 years. They hold on to power, they hold on to position, they are extremely media savvy, they control media, and they control what happens in Congress. Correct? These guys have destroyed Congress in their respective states. They keep blaming Rahul Gandhi and Congress for it. But the reality is that these guys have lost their own base. They contest a local election, they will not win. Yeah. This is the current state of Congress in most states. What this walk will do and what it is doing, which is fantastic, it is throwing up new leaders. Now, let me tell you, Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, where Rahul Gandhi has done his walk, I really won't be surprised if there are a bunch of new leaders who will start taking charge. This woodwork will quite disappearing. They start going away. Look at what happened to G23. Yeah? The moment the walk started, G23 disappeared. The only guy who seems to be promoting G23 is Sanjay Jha, sitting in Bombay in Pedder Road. So this is a very, very important, powerful tool that Rahul Gandhi is using to kill many birds with one stone. I think he will have a new party. I think he'll have new people. I think he'll have new leadership. I think he'll have a president for the party who will run the party. But this guy will have a lot more space to do other things with a bunch of new people. And Rahul Gandhi has always been idealistic. He's been talking about funny things. I think he will have an opportunity to execute them now. Which the old fog has never let him do it.
Okay. So tell me, you spoke about G23. So let me get into that presidential part of it. There is this presidential election going on. Now, I will tell you as a layman what I understand. What I understand is Rahul Gandhi, my apologies, people do not want Gandhis. So they have an alternative in Mallikarjun Kharge, who is a hardcore Gandhi man, who's been a courtier, who's been part of the courtier, who's been part of the loyalist group. And he's also been a senior politician. He has also fought a lot of elections. So all that also I understand. Okay. In fact, I had done an editorial on this, talking about his strength and weaknesses. Fair enough. Okay, and you have another gentleman who is Shashi Tharoor, who has never, I don't think he has ever fought a state election. He has fought election for himself. And he has been a very articulate man with a lot of good words in his dictionary, and so on and so forth. But the fact remains that finally it seems as if the entire party is supporting Kharge, and this gentleman is just there as a symbolism, as a symbolic candidate. Now, I don't have a problem with all of that. Chalo, that is their problem. Tell me, was this the right time to have a presidential election? Especially when one man is trying to walk from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and other than focusing on that walk, having a presidential election at that time, and then, all these Gaylord getting his people to resign and somebody trying to pull somebody else. Was this Jamhuri needed? Was this the right time?
So in fact, you're just building on what I said. Okay. There's a whole Congress group that Rahul Gandhi needs to figure out how to manage. Now let's take this election part of it. Correct. Election was announced long back. I think Rahul Gandhi knew about it, and in spite of that, he announced his walk. I think the walk and the election are two different things. I think the election could have been a lot more graceful. It became very stupid. Historically, Congress presidential elections were not contested. It was always consensus.
Because
But
it was
anyway,
Gandhi's.
No. If you look historically, Lal Bahadur Shastri, if you look at it historically, there were enough Congress presidents who were not Gandhis. So
Correct.
I'm not
But the
getting
fact
that.
is, okay, chalo. Most
I'm
of
not
it
getting. I want to dilute conversation into
chalo, go.
I want to dilute that conversation. You've said you want election. You're getting election. Now you win, lose is your problem. You deal with it. Correct. You want to contest. You're contesting. Are you a Gandhi loyalist? Not a Gandhi loyalist? All these are subjective conversations. I'm not getting into all that. There's a guy called Madhusan Mistry who's managing the election. You don't like him, sack him, get another guy and do it. But this is the way it is. Yeah. If the difference between Congress and BJP is that if Modi decides to do something, the establishment supports him and makes it into a large event. Modi goes to inaugurate a tunnel, the whole world is inaugurating a tunnel. Rahul Gandhi is doing a walk, he's doing completely different things. One is making sure if government falls, one is leaving the party and starting their own regional party. What are you guys doing here? I mean, most of you guys have been there for 40, 50 years. There's a guy who's walking, burning his blood. Go walk with him. If you can't walk with him, at least keep quiet and sit for some time. No. And let him finish what he's doing. Why you digress? Media loves this whole alternate narrative. I mean, why is media talking to these fellows in the first place? Last night, Sujit, I was looking at we are doing some media buying. I was looking at some TRP numbers for news channels. You know what the TRP numbers are? It is between 0 and 0.4%. 0 to 0.4%. That's the number of people who watch news channels. These guys go there, sit on those platforms and make such unnecessary noise instead of helping a guy from their own party who's walking and standing with him. I mean, that's what I loved Siddaramaiah for that matter. Old man, he's walking with Rahul Gandhi, running with Rahul Gandhi. He's 72, 73, whatever his age is. But at least he's there. Look at the rest, sitting in their houses. Where is Anand Sharma? Where is all these G23 fellows? None of them are there. They want power.
They all came to support Kharge, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. They came. I saw them on a news channel.
Okay, tell me. Let's just know your view. Who do you think? I know you're not a congressman, so you don't have the right to vote. But who do you think, as a layman, and just for the sake of a conversation, who do you think would be ideally fit for a Congress president? Kharge or
I'll respond to you from a multinational point of view. I will not respond to you from a political point of view. Correct?
Please.
If I have to choose a CEO of a chairman of a company, okay, let me slightly help structure it slightly differently. Like in any organization, there will be a chairman and there will be a CEO. A CEO will be a hardworking fellow. In BJP, the chairman is Modi, CEO is Amit Shah. Amit Shah does all the hard work, runs around, I may get in trouble for this, but he's the guy who runs around. In Congress, it will be Rahul Gandhi who will be the CEO, who will run around, make things happen. You need a chairman. Who will be the chairman? You need a chairman who can integrate the company, who can get in the right talent, who can maintain peace, who can integrate the whole system into one large unit, who knows the company in the first place. Kharge knows all that. What does Tarun know? He has no clue how Congress party runs. He has no clue who runs in which state. He does not know anyone. He knows 2.5 people from that professional Congress that he runs. So how do you expect him to run the party? It's a very large party, whether we like it or not.
So your vote is for Kharge?
No, it's not my vote. It's the right man.
I agree. Tell me. I buy your chairman, CEO argument, and it is very fair. It is very right way to looking at it also. But tell me, isn't the Congress president supposed to change the imagery of Congress to a certain extent?
Yeah. You're underestimating Kharge. He hasn't even won yet.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just asking you a question. I'm not getting there either.
I am saying give the man, he's put his ring in the hat. That Anand Sharma, that Gehlot was supposed to do it, he didn't do it. Then Digvijay Singh decided to do it, he didn't do it. Then Prithviraj Chauhan said, no, I want to be, he did not do it. Then this guy finally put his hat in. He's taking the responsibility. It's a big responsibility. He can have a lot of egg on his face, correct? People can make a lot of fun of him. He's taking a big risk at that age. He got retired and gone and sat somewhere. But from what little I watched Kharge's arguments in parliament, as leader of opposition, as a Congress leader, he has very logical, strong arguments about whatever he says. He knows what he's talking. He knows the party. So let's give him a chance, fair chance. If he wins, I'm saying.
chances are he will win, and he will. I don't even think there is a doubt that he will win. So he will win. There is no question. And I think, like I told you, I think all this is very symbolic. I don't think there is anything more than that. Anyway, okay. So here we spoke about Congress president also. Now tell me, Tarun, from here on, what for Gandhis? What should be the role of Sonia Gandhi? What should be the role of Priyanka Gandhi? I believe Priyanka Gandhi did very well in the Uttar Pradesh elections. Okay, she didn't win many seats, but that's fine. But at least she did a lot of graceful campaigning there. So what is going to be her role in the party, and what is going to be Mrs. Sonia Gandhi's role in the party, and what is going to be Rahul Gandhi's role in the party?
See, I'll tell you what, the Gandhis to the Congress is what RSS is to the BJP. They bind the party together. You take the Gandhis out of the Congress will disintegrate. It will disappear tomorrow morning. I mean, all these people who talk a lot of theory about Congress without Gandhis are talking out of their hat, which is good for them. But like the way BJP is held together by RSS, their parent organization, the Gandhis by default play that role for the Congress. Kharge will decide what is the role of the Gandhis. But my view is that both Sonia Gandhi anyway, I think wants to walk away into the sunset. She wants to go chill somewhere. She's not keeping too well from what little I know. She walked the walk, but for a long time she's been saying that I don't want to be participating in the party activities. So leave Sonia Gandhi out of this conversation. She's done a bit for the country and for the party. So leave her out. It's now Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. I think both of them are young. They have good blood. They are hardworking. They are very committed. And we've all seen that how they put in their best. It's unfortunate things are not falling into their zone. But I'm sure they'll have a role.
Tarun, my last question. My last question is, it seems that BJP is really helping Congress with this Bharat Jodo Yatra, because a lot of people are commenting, a lot of people are tweeting about it, their own people are tweeting about it, criticizing. At some point in time, some criticism are really kind of, not making much sense. So if as a brand advisor, as a brand expert, what would you do? What would you advise a competitor brand?
If you put it into the corporate context,
yeah.
If you go to Pepsi, they don't talk about Coke. When you go to Coke, you don't talk about Pepsi. Correct? That's a rule. That's a ground rule. That's the way it works. For any multinational company, that's the way it works. Correct? BJP has possibly the most organized infrastructure when it comes to communication. And they have done that over the last 8-10 years to destroy Rahul Gandhi's image by creating this image called Pappu. Everyone knows BJP is created. It's a fantastic infrastructure. You can't blame it. It is strong, it is efficient, it is hardworking, it is superb. That same infrastructure is now working against them because they are now amplifying Rahul Gandhi. Like I told you in the beginning of the interview, good, bad, ugly, amplification is amplification. So the t-shirt story, which BJP amplified, actually launched Rahul Gandhi's walk. That was the second or third day of his walk. Nobody knew about it. But they took that stupid t-shirt thing and made it such a big issue out of it. Now people know he's walking. Sometimes it helps to just keep quiet. So when this is biting them.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I have the same feeling. And Tarun, thank you so much for talking to me. I wish we could talk a little more, but I guess our time given to us has ended. But thank you so much for talking to me, and what a pleasure talking to you.
Always.
I'll see you. And thank you so much.
To know about the latest updates on our new news app, go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.